Tell them all the time. I still ain't figured this out. I'm in it for the long run. I ain't figured this out, man. She said she got the answers. I still ain't figured this out. He said he got the cue. I still ain't figured this out, man. I'm in it for the long haul.
And welcome to another episode of the Crappy Awesome Podcast. It's your host, Kill C. Ray. If you're tuning into this for the first time, make sure you go over to platformcollection.com. Support the artists we support. We'd be nothing without them. Please go there. Take care of yourselves out there in the streets. I know things are crazy right now. If you get a chance, share, like, do all that good stuff, man. But mostly just spread the word. I think we're having some dope conversations. We've had some amazing conversations on these past episodes. So go check those out right now. We got Curtis King, Fame Kills, Kiddo, a bunch of people, man. So check that out. But today, man, I've been waiting on this guest. This is a really good friend of mine, a community leader, an artist. He's man, I think I've known him now for almost 8-9 years. I was doing the math the other day. So yeah, Noa James, man. Noa James is on the show today, man.
Hey, blessings, everybody. Blessings, my keys, my queen.
Welcome, dude. First of all, how are you doing? How are you doing with everything? I know that's a heavy, loaded question. But how are you?
I'm back. I'll tell you that. I'm back to a new me. I definitely not the same person I was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. I'm back. It was to a point where when I went out protesting, the homie mom said, "That's not the Noah I know." She said, this is traumas for me. I'm facing traumas during a protest, like against personal police brutality. So it was like unfolding shit that I haven't dealt with in years.
Yeah.
Because it's so normalized. Like, my granny has sued the police department a couple of times and have won.
Yeah.
So it just, it wasn't just protesting for me. I am pushing past triggers, traumas, and fears.
Yeah.
And standing on the front line face to face with all these police, just to see, I can look in their eyes and don't be afraid, because right now they can't do nothing at this time. They have to stand there and just look and just watch until the curfew hit. Then they start fucking everyone up. But I was able to walk that whole line and look at them dead in their eyes.
Wow.
I've never been able to do that without fear.
Wow. I mean, what is it? What does that feel like?
It was, what's the word, man? It felt a brief of freedom for a moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not even liberation, like freedom, true freedom. Like, I have this choice to go do this. It's not, I can go do this, whatever. Like, sometimes liberation is still feel like there's still a little bit of chains on you. You're liberated from this, but still, you're not all the way free. You know what I mean? You're not all the way free, all the way. My skin tone won't allow me. No matter how much money you get, how much notoriety you get, how much celebrity you get, and that's like for every black artist, you're not truly free.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, I was just having a conversation with the homie about that yesterday. Like, it's weird that almost like the idea of freedom, like the Western American idea of freedom, when has that ever applied in our country? Like, when is it's never, right? But it's weird that in America, like, we chase that idea that we didn't even really come up with. You know what I mean? Like, it's an American idea of what freedom is, right? And so I feel like we're in a place right now. I've been telling a lot of my friends, I think we're like really, really at the beginnings of this total change, because the total change, you know this, Noah. You talk about it every day, all day. It's the total change is going to happen within, right? Like we're going to need to
Yeah.
put these things in place, and then the real work is going to start, because some people in America are going to have to look at their lives and go, do I want to give up my plush life so that someone else can live? That's a deep, big question, especially if it's not on your front door yet, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there. Like, you know, because some people, freedom is having money, having bills being paid, having a job. You know, it's that's freedom to some people, to an extent that we normalize where, you know, we're not really free. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it's I love it right now. I feel like the COVID and everything is that bow and arrow analogy. All of that shit was pulling back, and that gave people time to see injustice, fucked up system, corruption, greed.
Yeah.
Like moral compass is just broken. Like white people seeing that, every other race is seeing that, businesses are seeing that. Like in their own, even if they're giving out vague statements, just for a business to put out Black Lives Matter and contribute just a speck of interest in what's going on, it fucking blows everything up for them.
Let me ask you this, dude. I want to ask your opinion on this. What do there's a lot of people out there that are very up on, say, like the policies and the things that need to change, and the feelings of like neighborhoods and how it is to really be out there. And then there's a whole another part of this population, right, that we can't deny exists, but have never experienced any of those things, but they don't think what is happening is good. Like they don't want us to keep going through that. But they've never experienced it, and they like to be allies, right? They like to be allies in the fight. Like, and you're thinking, what can they do? Like, what can people do if you never grew up in a neighborhood where you were pulled over, or you were handcuffed, or you were just fearful, right?
Yeah.
Just fearful day to day. If you never grew up in that, it's very hard for you to relate. And I understand why you could be confused right now. But what if they're like, yo, but I want to help? Like, how do I help? What do you think?
Man, it's really educating yourself right now. It's truly educating yourself. If you have that black friend that you always like, I have a black friend, go talk to your black friend and ask about his experience. Talk to him. You know, feel it.
Yeah.
Make it shit. Hopefully, it make you cry to feel it enough. Because I have white friends, and I would tell them what happened to me, and their whole mind switches. You know, I'm blessed for those allies. And I have Lisa that's like, she don't let the allies come talk to me. She handles them because she's my ally.
Yeah.
So Lisa, how y'all see how she is. She's becoming that person where she know my experience. She's been there with my experience. So I'm learning to redirect people to. We got a homegirl named Aries K, and my white friends that want to know something, I direct them to her. You know, just it's really educating yourself. I don't know. To take a little step further, go to places where you do feel uncomfortable.
Oh, that's big.
Go to the places where you do feel uncomfortable and vibe out, talk to people. You know?
Yeah.
Go do that. You know what I mean? Like, just go eat there, go shop there. You know what I mean? Go where we at so you can see, you can feel us. That it's all love here. Ooh. Until the disruptors come in.
Yeah.
The system, you know, it could be beautiful in the ghetto. The you know, what people will look at Compton or San Bernardino as, but you know, say San Bernardino. After what people thought happened in San Bernardino, it was people already up at 5 a.m. cleaning San Bernardino. So by the time, say, like, we was ready to go out there, it's already cleaned up at 9 a.m.
Wow.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, go see that. But that's what we're saying. The news will show everything else, but they won't show that the people understand the hurt and the pain. So look, if we destroy it, we're going to clean it up. We showing you that if we destroy it, we're willing to clean it back up in the people's image, in the system that we're willing to do that work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That's a lot of neighborhoods that's like that. You know, it's just people that want to be allies. Please educate yourself. Talk to people on the internet. Find other like white allies that's very in what's going on, and they can give you info. Read books. You're gonna want to ask people to educate you in what we just saw from J. Cole's song. That is not the case. Listen, no, I feel it. I'm educated. I want to ask my transgender fans and my homegirls what I can do, but guess what? I know some things I can do, and I'm educating myself.
Yeah.
I'm reading. I'm following hashtags. You know what I mean? I'm putting myself up on game. It's kind of like, cause when you do the work yourself, like anything else, when you work so hard to save that money to buy that car, you treat that car different.
Yeah.
When you take your money to buy that house, you treat that house different. When you buy your first pet, when you start buying your own clothes because you working so hard and taking your time to get it, you treat it with this compassion, care, understanding. That's why I feel like you should educate yourself, you know, or go take classes, because that's still taking time.
Yeah.
Like, you can go take a class on it, you know. So
that's the question, right? It feels like we're nearing a time where people are gonna have to decide how much of what they thought was normal are they willing to disrupt in order for us to all have a better life, right? And that's a huge, deep question, because I feel I'm not ignorant of the fact that there are people who may have never experienced to themselves a racism and may live in a place where things are gravy. But it's very hard for you to say that racism doesn't exist around you and be an American. I say it's impossible. But
it's impossible.
Yeah. I think that I think if you can sit there and go like, okay, things are not fair, you need to ask yourself the question of, why would I not want those things to get better? You know, that's a real, we're not, as a society in America, I don't know if we're like, all of us are there yet. You know what I mean? That's a big thing. Dude, it took me almost my whole life to get to a place of understanding of when I look at things now in a different light. Like, it was a life of learning. And so much props to the youth, because I feel like they're going to blast through the information and get the information. And a lot of them are very well informed. I think we need to protect them at all costs. But there's also a part of us that needs to slow down. And I've said this in the last 2 podcasts because I think it's so important. We have to slow down and talk to our elders as well, because they're scared, because they bought into a time where a lot of them bought it hook, line, and sinker, and they got lied to. It wasn't them that made that shit up. They just bought it, and they didn't have the information like we have, right? We have time. We can look it up. Oh, what? you're selling me an acre of a farm. Let me look that up and see if it's really an acre, right?
Yeah.
Our parents and grandparents, they didn't have that ability. They had to take it. That's why you hear them say stuff like, I'll just do whatever my government says. You know what I mean? Like, you hear them say those things, and we have to sit down and explain to them, like, defunding the police doesn't mean no police. Like, breaking down the system doesn't mean wildness. You know what I mean? Like, it means us having the ability to actually look at something in a new light. And I know that's scary, but people like one of the things that I want to talk to you about, because I know you always have a lot of opinions on how people spread their art and how people can do that better so that they can just live better lives. You know what I mean? And not rest in negativity. What do you think what is our like responsibility right now? Like, what responsibility are you taking on yourself as an artist aside from just a member of the community?
Ooh, bruh, man, that was, for a moment, the community didn't need artist Noah.
Yeah.
Nah, they needed big homie. They needed, I need your platform, Noah. I need you to. That's why I felt like you didn't need no music from me. I'm turning down performances. I'm turning down a lot of stuff. I stopped 3 singles in this time. You know, like put a hold on it because I needed to reactivate myself. And this is me. Like, it was hard for me. I'm back now. Like, I'm about to release music next week, but I had to stop, educate myself, see what's going on, see who are my community leaders in this fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was that for a moment, Artist Noah wasn't existing at all. Like, it was just community. Who's these kids building? And it's just to support them and see what's going on, see how I can help. Then, here come Lisa. Lisa said, babe, I know what mindset you are right now, but she said, you're an artist and an activist. That's like who you are. So it'll be a point where she like, your music talks about all of this all the time. You're going to have to figure out. And I was like, I'm still like, it's still to say what our job is. Now, if you feel in your heart your music is going to help what's going on, release it.
Yeah.
If it's like my performance on
Twitch,
on Pod Live, I had to hit a merge. I said, merge, should I cancel this? He said, nah, because your intention isn't for this to be a success. Right. He said, I know what your intentions is, Noah. Yeah. He said, no, your intention is just to release and heal. And people can release. And, that's why I did. That's me understanding my part of the fight, because I didn't understand my part of the fight. Even though my music talked about that, that's all personal experience.
Yeah. You know what? I'll tell you this, dude. And this applies to you, and maybe, as always, on Crappy Awesome, we need these conversations to happen in our own lives. I was struggling with the same thing, right? And Kurt actually had a pretty good thing that I hadn't really thought about, right? I hadn't let it sit into my head yet. And he said, the long and short of it is, like, you, for lack of better description, Noah, you don't make bullshit. You make healthy meals that people can digest and build on. And the reality is, it's you creating that art. Like, you're like an astronaut. You're going out into space, into these places of feelings and inner knowledge, all these places that not everybody can go. And when you come back, we need that information. We need to be able to process these ideas with help from people who get inspiration directly from the source. And you're one of those people. I'm one of those people. Kurt's one of those people. So our responsibility, imagine now putting yourself in, right now you're somewhere in Pomona, you're poor, you have no money, your favorite artist is Noa James, and he's not putting out any music right now in this hardest of times. And when Kurt brought that to my attention, I was like, yo, that's real. That's real.
Ooh, yeah,
I listen to your music, and it's healing. It's how I escape. So imagine if you're their favorite artist, or they connect with you so much, and then we're just silent completely.
yeah.
Then I think we might be doing a disservice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I told myself not to be silenced completely. Like, figure other ways.
Yeah.
You know, one of my homegirls, she said, you just talking on your Instagram is like you're rapping. You know,
it is.
I try to stay, you know, even doing performances live, talk to people, host some stuff. That's why we continue with the music video countdown. You know what I mean? Just to give people not an escape, but a recharge.
Look, during a time of war, right? It just hit me right now. During a time of war, when we are all fighting, like, would you tell Rage Against the Machine to shut up and, you know, like, let's just hear you guys talk? Well, we're in a time of war right now of love, right? Like, if this is a love war, the love is trying to win, and you're a motherfucking general, and we need revolution music.
Ooh, bro,
and you make that. You know what I mean?
I was struggling. I was struggling not to put some. Bro, I'm telling you, man, I had no love in my heart for good 2 weeks. Like, it was heavy. Now, it was everything going on, and seeing people that say they love me so against what's going on.
Oh.
Then people try to text me like, what I see of them on the internet is not them. I straight up, there's a lot of people, they know they're not going, they see me, they're going to walk the other way.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're going to walk the other way. I'm liable to punch their fucking teeth out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just
that was a weird thing, right? Online, like the amount, because your experience is not like a solo experience. I've heard a lot of friends. I have blocked and unfriended more people during this time than I ever have, and that's crazy.
It's like, even like it, like, and it's like majority like underground rappers too.
Oh.
Where I'm like, what, bruh? They talking about shooting looters and doing all. I'm like, bruh, if you're a fucking DJ, do you know that shit was looted for you to even be a DJ? For you to even be a DJ, it started from a fucking riot.
Yeah.
They looted radio stores.
Yep, I know
because they couldn't afford. A lot of people that was rappers in the 70s and 80s wanted to be in a band, but they didn't have garages and they couldn't afford equipment. So when these riots happened, they stole a lot of equipment, speakers, mics. Motherfuckers was so smart that they put it together themselves to get what we have right now. All of this shit came from a riot. All of the hip hop came from what's going on right now. So to see motherfuckers who rap and be an underground rapper, like, you fake woke son of a bitch, like, it was mind boggling. Like, it confused me a little bit. Like, yo, you know what? Fuck you. You know, you know how many people are blackballed since this happened?
Wow.
And that shout out to all my people in Arizona, Seattle, different places. We came together like, yo, fuck this person. We ain't dealing with that person. Like, there's a couple of cats where we're like, you don't understand it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you don't understand it, do your research and maybe talk to someone, but don't speak up against it.
Yeah. It seems like doesn't there always seem like, no matter what, right, there will be people, because logically, right, like, what are we fighting over logically, right? Like, you need to treat people better, right? There's no arguing it. There's no there isn't a reason to like not do it, right? All the things. It's the same thing with the cops, right? Like we pay. San Diego's a great example. We pay the majority of our budget goes to a police department, right? And the investment is a bad one. So you stop making that investment if you're just a logical person. Like, yo, that's broke. Why are we paying for this car that doesn't run? Or why are we renting this house where the roof just keeps filling? Like, why do we keep doing that? Well, mostly because at some point of the line, right? At some point of like the connection in the system, there are people who literally benefit from things being the way they are, right?
Yeah.
There are people who are right now going. It's crazy because I keep hearing and seeing people online write about like, whoa, it feels like the end. It feels like things are like changing forever, and I'm like, dude, imagine being a racist right now. Like, imagine being a racist who loves going to NASCAR and having, like, his flag. And, dude, you literally think the world is ending right now. Like, what the fuck?
They're going crazy.
They're going
Police
crazy.
over here crying over a McMuffin.
Yeah. Yeah, bro.
I seen a post of the irony in this. This is the irony. A little girl said, it's crazy that people hate the color of my father's uniform. Like, I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
And y'all don't understand.
I mean, it goes back to what you said earlier about the looters, bro. Like, the quickest way to piss me off right now is to complain about looters. Like, literally, that shit infuriates me because I can't understand where you're at when a black man gets hung a few days ago. Where's that rage? Where's that like, oh my God, that needs to stop? But you see somebody stealing a fucking iPhone and you're like enraged? That's insanity, bro. That is insanity.
And that's what hurts me.
Yeah.
You know, like, it just, that what made me, I think that what made me the angriest, where my personal experience with cops is, everything have happened to me from police except being killed.
Yeah.
You know, that's from being beat, getting my 2 fingers broken, ribs broken. When you're getting searched, when you're going into jail, they overdo it. Like they're sexually, like they grab you, bro. It's nasty, bro. It is. It's hard for me to even talk about it. It just feels like you get a little shame from it because you couldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Or you die.
Yeah.
It's that, bro. It's like, it's getting to a point to where when police will pull me over and I just lay on the ground.
Yeah.
No, cause I already know me getting out the car is already a thing. That's why I'm so hurt, man. Sometimes we're like, man, this is real. This isn't no made up stories.
No.
This is real. I could have caught a murder case at 12 one time because police see 4 of me and my cousins. This is in Pasadena. See me and my cousins. A murder happened in their neighborhood. They pulled up to me and my 4 male cousins. Like, we were grown ass men, bro. So like, and I'm gonna just do it short because it makes me it brings a lot out. So they take us in, they question us about this murder, right? They really trying to pin this murder on us. We're kids, bro. And we're fresh. We got haircuts. We got Jordans on, man. We got stonewashed jeans, man. This is like 94, 95, man. We fresh as hell, bro. And I call my grandmother, tell her what's happening. She told us to pee on herself. I'm like, pee on ourselves? You know what I mean? So I'm not knowing why? But one thing I know is to listen to Willie Dell. One thing I know is listen to Willie Dell out and my grandma. So I go back, we out, they got us all outside, and I say, Granny said pee on herself. I said, Granny said pee on herself, man. When my cousin looked at me like, what? I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Granny said pee on herself. So me as the first cousin, I pee on myself. And my cousin peed on himself. And my other cousin peed on himself. And he peed on himself. And they let us go. Right? I get home. I asked my granny why. She said, they don't look at you as little boys. And y'all not showing no fear. Y'all not scared. Y'all not like super frightened. At this time, we're not thinking to be afraid of police or what's going on. It's not all the way in to be super afraid of police and they can lie to us and all. We're not knowing that. She said, y'all look like little rich black kids because y'all dressed up. Y'all look like an easy target. The police pull you over, y'all go with them with no fear, no nothing, no resistance. Like, you just taking us into, we just, doing what our grandma would tell us to do, right? But when they try to do all that other shit, she like, I needed y'all to be scared. Y'all need to look like y'all are so scared that y'all willing to pee in your good shoes, your good clothes. Wow. She said they needed to see that. They let us go because they saw fear. And when they see black kids, Jordan looking good and stuff, we take pride in what we look like. We take pride in our clothes. We take pride in our Jordans, our shoes. They know that characteristic of us. They know that. But to break it to where I'm peeing in my Jordans, in my jeans, my nice shirt, all of that let me and my cousins go. That's how deep that shit is. Because most likely, if we didn't do that, I could be in jail still. My cousin can be in jail. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's that fucking deep, y'all. And that's just one. I have one that's more crazier than that. It's like getting pulled over and they think Lisa is kidnapped. So they pulled her out of the car and asked her, do she know the people in the car? And it's me, Curtis, and Jinx. And they're ready, the other squad cars pulling up because they think Lisa's kidnapped and Lisa have to set them straight. And they let us go. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's that fucking deep. It's me seeing one more, bro. This
yes,
one
please.
Really
please.
This one, Burlington Coat Factory. I see the sus-ass man looking at these girls, little girls, sus-ass dude. Got his phone out by his waist, doing all that, I'm already peeping. I did security. I was a bodyguard. This was like my life to look at shit a little different. Like, why is that dude over there looking like that? He looks suspicious, right? You start kind of walking towards them. I go, hey, right? I stand up, right? Trying to see what's going on. The little girls get scared. The dude gets scared. The dude trying to go away. But what's the name? Loss prevention. They come fuck with me. They come fuck with me, bro. Yeah. And I'm trying to diffuse some shit, and I'm ready to fuck someone up because you over here taking pictures. But me, it's code red. I'm 6'2", 400 pounds, bro. Me being loud, me doing anything is a code red. Even if I'm trying to help. Like, I got to protect myself before I do the right thing.
Bro, do you have, what I was thinking about the other day, man? Do you even have, like, friends in your immediate circle who haven't had handcuffs on at some point?
Nah, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Nah, nope.
Right.
Like,
and none of us have killed anybody. None of us have done armed robbery. But this is what I'm saying. Like, there's a population of people in our country, and I'm not, dude. And here's the thing: I'm not saying I'm not talking about white people. I'm talking about privilege. There's a level of
yeah,
privilege
yeah.
that is high, that doesn't think that the stories you just told are anything but like movies or like TV, and they underplay the reality that is a daily thing in America. That's daily. That's not like, oh, that one time. Noah just said, like, I
Oh,
have a bunch of these stories.
I have every day I go out, even how loving I am, even though how compassionate I am.
Yep.
Every day I get microaggression.
For sure.
Like, from our race. It's from someone not letting me use the bathroom because they say it's broke. Then Lisa go in there and they hand her the key.
Yeah.
Then Lisa hands me the key, then I go to the bathroom. And that's from Indians, that's from Asians, that's from Mexican, that's from whites, that's from it's crazy. To me, it's so normal now. It's like it is normalized where I just let Lisa go. She's the one that can finesse it, so she finesse it to where I get to do what I need to do.
Yeah.
It's like getting venues. We will finesse a venue that don't want to work with me, but will work with everyone else, and we finesse it. It becomes a lick for us because you didn't sign no contract or nothing like that, so it becomes different. But I get to that point where I just start finessing my way. My grandmother was like, the system is fucked up, but there's ways to kind of fuck the system, because sometimes this systematic racism is human error. It's a human error that's going on in it.
Yeah.
Everything that, say, a police report, all the truth can be put on this paper, but the human that's doing it is not going to do it.
Yeah.
This information, your body count can be on, but the human that's on it is not going to turn it on. The judge that gives someone parole for hanging a little baby, right? This white woman get parole for hanging a baby in daycare because she has mental issues, to a black woman that get 5 years for using a different address to get her kids to go to a better school. Some people, it's a system that's set up, but it's a human that's in that place.
Yeah.
It's a human.
Do you ever wonder if, like, and I know this has a lot to do with the defunding of police. In fact, it is what it is. It's the idea that we're policing the wrong things, right? Like, that the way police is set up, it isn't conducive to harmonious neighborhoods. That's not what the police does, right? In fact, every time the police respond to something, they're responding to a gun because they bring it. There's a gun in every situation that they go into, right? So if you're dealing with nonviolent drug crimes, you're dealing with child welfare, home welfare, mental illness, why is a gun there? Right? How does that not take it up a level? And I think that the idea that we can move forward with the police the way they look right now is ridiculous. That isn't what has to happen. Like, we have to, as Americans, and this is something I wanted to ask you about, like, your opinion on this, because I feel like we're in a place where what Americans really need to do, right, is understand that change, and this is a weird thing, right, because you know what I'm talking about with this, that change of any kind is no longer a bad thing, right? We're in a time of innovation. We're at the highest technological peaks, and we get mad because a brand used to call something that was racist changed their name. And we're like, and people lose their, like, let's really think about what we're doing here. Like, if it doesn't, even just on a day-to-day basis, wouldn't it be better to live in neighborhoods where people don't fight and kill? Yes. Wouldn't it be better if, because poverty, because of all these things, that people don't have to go to your neighborhood and rob you? Wouldn't that be better too? That'd be great. So why would you want to continue a system that pushes the opposite of that, right? And I wonder if people are ready for that. Are people ready for a new uniform, maybe they don't show the guns anymore. Maybe there's no lights on the cars, or maybe they have to live right in the middle of the neighborhood and they walk the streets. And are they really ready for that?
Bro, I remember beat cops. I love beat cops. I know cops that will walk. It would be like 7 cops daily walk these neighborhoods, man.
Yeah.
And just be there for the everyday. And they wouldn't have a gun. They have their baton. They have like a little taser, but it was like they was peace officers.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but it's like, but us is all smoke and mirrors, you know, to understand that officers ain't mandated to actually protect and serve.
No, that's not it. No,
it's not it. So when we educate ourselves on that, we start understanding their role. You know, they're not actually here to protect them. They're not. It's like to get them mandated, they would have to be like people in the army.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Maybe it is time that when a call comes in and it doesn't go to 911, it goes to 711 or something, and it's about mental health, that there is a trained, educated, compassionate unit that has nothing to do with the police, because there isn't a need for it, right? They're literally professional people who go there to try to defuse, right? If we're sending our police in to do that, we're already down a level because they're not trained to diffuse, they're trained to control. That is the mandate of the job. Control the situation in order to keep the peace. And then you give that idea of what peace is to a normal dude who sometimes just graduated from high school. That's it. Like, they are barely graduated from high school and doesn't have any of the. That would be like me saying, you know what, man, I'm gonna just go be a doctor. Fuck that. I'm gonna be a doctor, and I'm fucking killing people when I'm doing all this shit because I don't really know how to do all these things. Like, it's the same thing. We should be hiring for police officers. We should be looking for people who look way more like someone who is a community or spiritual leader than somebody who looks like an army man. Right?
Yeah. Like,
why are we doing that?
Bro, if the government collects all the solutions that all the people been saying, we'll be all right. Because it's like the man who got killed in Atlanta. Like, there was a scenario of Wendy's call a number. This number, Wendy, like, there's a person parked in our parking lot. It looked like he's gonna sleep in there. So that, you know what I mean? That call don't need an officer. It's really a call where, like, yo, sir, are you okay?
Right.
Do you need help?
Right.
Oh, you're like, I'm just drunk and I pulled over to the side. You know what? That was a good choice.
Good move.
Now, do you need a ride home?
Yep.
You know? And I was like, here goes he can keep his car there, or how the department can make money is you have a tow service where they pay $50 to get their car towed home.
Right.
Because that at least you can do for that inconvenience. Because that is an inconvenience. You did get drunk on your own, but you were smart enough to, you know what? I shouldn't drive home. I should have parked.
Yep.
You know, but you shouldn't got drunk either way.
Right.
Like that. You know, you should have just called a cab and went home. But we can meet in the middle and be like, you know what? Slide us something. You have to pay this to get your car towed home. Just something.
Right.
So that department doesn't start hemorrhaging.
Yeah, or how about some of the systems, right? It just dawned on me as you were saying that. I was like, why don't we just use some of the systems that are already in place? Like, yo, there's a point on your license right there. Boom. You can't get so many of those. You don't want those. Like, let's be more serious about some of the things that we overlook anyways, right? Like a lot of the solutions, you know this too. You speak about this a lot. Like a lot of the solutions are very obvious, but it's hard to internally get to places because it's all fear, right? Like that's all we're dealing with right now. It's all fear. People who try to keep people down, they're fearful, right? They're fearful that their place in the world is at risk. And that's all it is. It's just a survival. Like I'm in charge. If I've been running the head of the race, and with the head of the race, I get a bunch of hookups if I run the head of the race, right? If you're at the head of the race, it is a very natural thing for you to be scared of not being at the head of the race anymore. I get it.
Yeah,
I fucking
definitely
get it. I understand.
They're like rappers. That's why some rappers will put down other rappers that they feel like they've been on top for so long and someone's coming for me.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, it's not even
possible. It's not possible for somebody to cover your voice if you don't allow them to.
And we're not here for revenge. Like white people, we don't want revenge. And I know that's one of the things y'all are very scared of.
Yes.
You're scared that what Farrakhan said, we're going to do unto you what your forefathers did to our people. Y'all are scared to death of that. You know what I mean? I don't want forgiveness. I don't want you to kneel. I just want to be respected. I just want equal, treatment. I want to make sure that if I just seen a black dude got kicked out of a gas station for wearing no mask, and the same gas station let 3 other white people in with no mask. Then a black dude went back in, and he feels so hurt that why would you do that?
Yeah.
Like why? Like why would you do that? And he heard the hurt in his voice where he's just trying to get gas to go to work. And they're not even requiring masks in this gas station. But you told the black man that, no, you can't pay for gas if you don't got a mask. And right when he left out, these other people went in with no mask and you let them pay. You don't think that would hurt? That hurt kids all the time.
I was gonna say, don't you in some way, if you're in public, see a form of that every day?
Every day.
Every day, right?
Yeah. Every day, every moment when I go it's rare for me to be out with Lisa, but lately I've been out a lot without Lisa, and everywhere I go, bro, it's crazy. That's why I stayed in the house before I went out with a protest, and it was hard for me to go to the store because I was paranoid.
Yeah.
My PTSD was kicking in.
For sure.
You know what I mean? I was unfriendly to children.
Oh, wow.
That's not even in my character.
Yeah.
That's not even, bro. That's how twisted I was of what was going on. You know what I mean? It's like people trying to walk through me in aisles. Like, motherfucker, I'm the size of this motherfucking aisle. How dare you try to walk through me like I'm not here?
Yeah.
You know, these are the same people that be like, "Oh, I'm colorblind. I don't see color." Get the fuck out of here.
Right. That's I don't want to ever hear that.
I don't even. But it's just they don't want to look at me to see the pain, see the hurt. They don't want to see. They don't want to face that. They don't want to face the hurt and pain. I told people like, yo, people want to hit me with facts and shit. I'm like, fuck, your facts against my experience loses.
Real shit.
You can get all your FBI facts and from 2009, all of that. You can Google all this shit, bruh. Spend 24 hours with me. Spend 20, even at Disneyland is the only place I never felt like my skin was a problem.
You love fucking Disneyland, huh?
Bruh, Disneyland, I'm smoking. We're in Toontown, and we're trying to smoke, and I'm about to smoke. This white lady, 5 of her babies chilling, and she looking like she trying to smoke. And I'm like, man, all right, hopefully this white lady don't tell on me. I'm already scared, like she gonna tell on me. Bro, she come over and like, can I smoke with y'all? So I like, yeah, I'm gonna block you. So I block her. She hit our pin and all of that. We chilling. Then she said, when y'all smoke and if security comes over here, I'm gonna tell them that it's mine. Cause she knows.
Wow.
She knew.
That was a dope ass lady. Who was that lady?
I want to cry all the time to tell that story. Like, wow. I would love to be treated like that every day because I would love to treat you like that, knowing that you got the same love for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's what we want.
Yo, you know what's weird is I was sitting yesterday and I watched how they what did they just recently? They changed the Aunt Jemima thing today. They where they won't make that product anymore. The company's literally going to change their name because they're finally recognizing the fact. Dude, by the way, did you know that I know some people who thought that was like an actual person, like it wasn't based on, they thought like, and they were right. I saw them writing on Facebook like, no, that's mean, like they're taking away the recognition of somebody. And I'm like, y'all don't even know, like that's not, it's just an archetype of what they think Black women look like at this certain. If you saw the old drawings of Aunt Jemima, that's even worse, right? You know, like it's worse. So it's crazy that people, when they change stuff like that, like here's the thing. This is real shit. I saw it. I watched it. And I got that little bubble right here in my throat, and I felt my eyes getting a little watery. And I'm trying to explain to people, do you understand? Like, I know that doesn't seem like that big of a thing, but it is a big thing. It is a recognition of something that never happened before. Them saying literally, "Yo, this was wrong. We shouldn't do that." And that shit, it brings tears to my eyes only because it's almost unbelievable to me. And it made me realize like how long I've been living under this shit and acting like it was normal. I thought it was normal, right? Like I started thinking like, yo, yeah, every one of my cousins, I grew up with 4 cousins. We all graduated from college, put ourselves through college, and we've all had handcuffs on. I've been thrown against the hood of a car many times growing up. I grew up in Logan Heights. That's just the way it was.
Yeah. So that's like,
yeah. So it's weird when people, I don't want people to like, because I've seen people write this like, oh, who cares? That's just a small thing or blah, blah, blah. Nah, man. Like we're chipping away at this. And sometimes those chips are real big and sometimes it's a whole boulder. But we need them all. You know what I mean?
I need them all, bro. I need them. I need all these little things that I see that people won't understand. And listen, people that wising up, like, don't feel ashamed that you're waking up.
Yes. Oh, that's
Don't
so
feel
big.
ashamed that you are recognizing. I would not shame you. I won't go like, oh, you was racist, now you're trying to wake up. No, I'm going to say thank you.
Yeah.
I'm a congrats. Like, cause that, I know how hard that is. That's hard. It is like everything you grew up with, everything you was taught by people. They say they love you.
Yep.
They got you. They pay for your food. They pay for your house. They was there for you when no one was there for you. But their views are this. Yeah. And for you to go against that is going against them. That I understand that part is hard. But they're wrong. You know they're wrong. When my grandmother is 79. She grew up in 1942 in Arkansas. She don't know too much about other races. So when she would say something that was like prejudice against Mexican, I correct her. Then she'd go, oh, all right. She would it's like my aunt's using bulldagging. Mm-hmm. You know, and that describing a lesbian, calling her a bulldagger. You know, then I told my aunt, I said, nigger. She like, what? I said, that's the same. Listen, we can't use the same language.
Yeah.
You can't call someone of that's different, have a different preference, that's different skin or what transgender. Like you can't use. It's the same thing. So it's like my grandmother wasn't ashamed of me even correcting her. You know what I mean? She understood that she had to grow.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
And it's I am 100, dude. That's super powerful what you just said. I'm 100% in agreement with you. I think the essence of being a human being and and trying to be a good one is the ability to receive new information and change your mind, right? Like it's the ability to do that, and we are going to. I know right now there's a lot of anger, and because guess what's happening is like the front lines of racism are getting wiped out, and we know that there's people on the second and third lines that might not have felt like the people at the front, but they felt pressured, or they felt, they didn't know, like you said, they grew up around it. Well, those people, I'm willing to give them the opportunity to change. I'm willing to give them the opportunity to go like, yo, you used to be like this, now you're like this. Why? Okay, that's a good reason. Cool. But if we don't allow that, we know where this is going, right? If we don't allow that, at some point we have to. This is the burden of minorities in America, is that we have to rise to the occasion even when they have their foot on our back. We have to do it every time, and we can't go like, well, they don't do it. It don't matter. It don't matter if they don't do it. We have to do it. And that means sometimes being more human. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we wouldn't have what civil rights, the equal rights. We wouldn't have now. We have to rise all the time. Even look at the curfews. People are researching the budgets of their community. I know I'm performing at a protest to cut Fontana PD today.
Yeah.
Because they have 60% of the city's budget.
60% in Fontana.
60% of the city's budget. Then the school district have their own police department.
Wow.
So this is why we have to stand up all the time. Even where, it was a point where I didn't want to hear I wasn't educating nobody on nothing. And Lisa said, I will. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like that too to our other allies that don't get too emotional about this because they don't have the experience and they able to express, educate, and help you what's going on, because that Black person do not have the capacity at this moment,
right,
to gently tell you. Like I've seen someone put up I don't need to hear a lecture when people be like white people this, white people that. I'm not gonna listen to nothing you saying because I don't need your lecture. I know I'm a good person. See, it's like, bro, it's crazy, over and over.
Yeah.
That's all I keep on saying. It's your pride, it's your ego, it's your arrogance, and at the end of it, you're not tough. You're fragile as fuck.
Yeah.
They are fragile. They are it's like lady crying over McMuffin, man. She crying over fucking McMuffin.
Dude, it's interesting. Like I'm all, me, dude. I'm really big on putting in the work to study the things that we're talking about, right? And one of the things that I want to bring to people's attention is that there is a historic path we can just look back, right? If you're on the wrong side of history, which there's a lot of people on the wrong side of history right now, right? If you're on the wrong side of history is not kind to you at all. You can just look back, right? There was a lot of things. The Germans didn't win. The Nazis didn't win, right? Nobody with that in their heart, with that control of people, has won. Why keep fighting that battle? You know what I mean? At some point, even if because I hear people like make those comments like you said, and they're saying it as if they're somehow more intelligent, right? Like I'm too intelligent. That's not. I'm giving you a dose of reality right here. Literally, just open up a history book and show me where you've won before. And then history treats you horrible, right? You people who are on the wrong side of history right now, please think about this. You see what we're doing to the Confederate flag right now. You see what's happening. That is you. That is you. That is what is going to happen. That's how America will look back at this time and go, damn, really? There was people who disagreed with freedom? Really? Wow. Like we look at people who burned witches, right? That's literally how we're going to look at it. That's for real.
Bro. But for the same reason right now, man, total control.
Yep.
Total control, man. It just, I'm blessed and grateful what's going on right now. Like, you know, I was in 92. My grandmother owned a nail salon with a Korean lady. So I seen what the 92 riots were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I understood what that was. And the 92 riots didn't even happen until we got a not guilty verdict.
Yeah. Yeah.
The riots, everyone was peaceful until we got not guilty.
Yeah.
That's, you know, it is that, bro. And it's different. I hear people like, other people don't fight for, like, listen, we're going to fight. That's been our MO. We're going to fight for everything.
I would argue that America is based on the fight. America is based on a revolution. We're revolutionary people. That's what we're supposed to be. If you're saying what's happening right now is not American, that's fucking ridiculous. This is America. This is
all the way.
This is the face of America. You might not like the face. You might not go like, oh, that's what I didn't know it looked like that. Well, it does. Because this is where revolution is happening here. It's not happening at the highest levels behind the gates. It's happening on the street.
It's crazy, bro. It's like the Confederate shit. I'd be like, yo, y'all, I don't get it. I don't get the flag, the war. Y'all know what y'all was fighting for. It only lasted for 4 years.
Yeah.
You know, it's just really like you said, educating ourselves on what's going on, educating our history. Man, we've been educating ourselves on the Vietnam War.
For real.
And people don't know that was from 1955 to 75. Imagine and at the same time, what was going on at home.
Yep.
60,000 Americans died in that. 3 million Asians died from that. But everybody was involved in that war in the world. Everybody. The only person that wasn't involved in that war was Japan.
Yeah.
You know, they show you everything, all the people who, I'm like, yo, this is, I think we have to educate ourselves to know where we've been, where we fought. I start seeing other immigrant acts, like what did we help with? Because we got to know all of this to know where we really come from. That's why I be getting on my immigrant homies, like, yo, you couldn't be an American citizen without Martin.
That's right. That's
without Martin, like going like, yo, I need all people, not just us as Black people. I need all people to have equal rights, to have just civil. You can't spit on us. You can't beat us. We don't have to sit at the back of the bus. We can eat what we want. And if you spit on us, you're going to jail. If you do anything like that, you go to jail. We just want a fucking civil rights, my G. Civil. And that was for everyone. And that's what I be trying to get my immigrant homies to understand. Me and Vivek Mascot was talking. And I asked him, I said, what generation are you? Because he understands, he's figuring out what's going on, seeing what's in place. I said, what generation are you? He said second. I said, I am seventh.
Yeah.
On this soil.
Yeah.
I am seventh on this soil. Like, I don't think, first and second generation people on this soil, you don't get it. I am seventh. This fight been going on for 7 generations.
Yeah.
My family.
Yeah.
My great grandmother died at 114. She had March with Martin. She is one of the first black women to vote. Like, we've been at this. Like, my family owns the house we was owned on.
Wow.
So when the slave master family died out, we inherit their land. Because we were the only names in the books that can inherit it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, this is how deep rooted this shit is in. My grandma, 114. She died at 114. And she couldn't believe when we told her that this fight is still going on. That's crazy. She was born in 1901 and died in 2014.
Yeah,
and it's like
she lived an entire lifetime under this.
Her dad was 7 when the Emancipation Proclamation was signed.
Wow.
Her dad, and she would tell us that. Like, he showed, like, you know, the wisdom that he was like, oh, that happened. You know, he saw Lincoln and all that. Bro, it was crazy, man. Like, that's why sometimes I get hurt, I get riled up, because it's in my DNA.
Yeah.
And I think as a human, as a black man, when this happened, it activated so much in me. It said, hey, Orca, no longer you can let these triggers and trauma stop you from doing what you need to do in your community. So that's the only thing I can help is my community, give knowledge to people in their community so we can figure something out. But man, like I said again, I'm blessed that everyone's activating right now.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I think you and I know this, I know how you are with compliments, but the reality is, like, it was very important for us to have you on the show because, one, I want to give you major respect and just props because I use the Brick to Your Face Instagram daily to get informed on what you guys, you know, what the different things, because you guys are reposting and you guys have given your page more or less to this movement that's happening right now, and it informs people constantly. So please go to the Brick to Your Face Instagram, and it's constantly being updated with marches and anything happening to help the people right now. So much respect to that, but also just the fact that, man, Noah, like, you've created communities around you that, because of taking part in a community that was fair, that was for the people, that was by the people, that understood the struggles of the people that took place in those communities that you created have used those tools now to go out on the street, and they go out there with that same compassion and same heart that we would see at Common Ground or we'd see anytime around you. That's real shit.
I'm about to cry. Bro, Riverside, I damn near saw everyone I saw at Common Ground.
Absolutely.
Like, at these protesters, I've seen one of the little homies that I booked for Common Ground, his uncle is George Floyd.
Wow.
So we're marching with him, and we don't know that he's actually related to this man. You know? So he went on Facebook and talked about it, not knowing that his family was actually out there. And he saw the whole community come together, the music community come together. And that's for, like, majority of the marches out here. They are being led by the youth that I book a lot right now.
Absolutely.
Like Baby Carl, Black Lefty, man.
Yeah.
Like Cam is on it.
I'm telling you from, not from experience, I'm telling you literally from watching it. You know, I watch all that shit.
Man,
you can see it, and that's a beautiful. It made me spark. Khalid's experiencing it too with, like, Hip Hop Wins, right? Like, all the people that were part of Hip Hop Wins, now they're out onto the San Diego streets leading things. Rick Scales is becoming like a community leader. Like, all these different things. It's a beautiful thing.
Hell.
Dude, you remember? I'm gonna ask you this. This is some insight. We'll give some people a little look behind the curtain. But do you remember when we were on tour together, and we were in, was it San Jose? It was up north a little bit, but we were all in your room. Yeah, Fresno. And we were all in your room, and you were telling Rick how he needs to do that. He needs to get in front of the audience. And I know that has stayed heavy with him because he's a personal friend. Obviously, it stayed heavy on his mind for so long. And then watching him now, go to work and seeing people, him informing people and him getting out there with a new voice. Again, it's these things, that these communities that we've created to be able to watch them blossom. I know now, right? Without a shadow of a doubt, I know the reasons now. You know what I mean? I know the reasons now why we're doing what we're doing.
At least I had to break it down to me, because I've been so tunnel vision about certain, educating myself about so much. She babe, what we created is manifesting what we was really here to do. She said DIY wasn't for music, it's for community. Ooh. Common Ground wasn't just for artists, she said it was for community. Yeah. And she you did that without making it a point.
Right.
It was just naturally what we were trying to do, and to see everyone come together. Even my role now, and people asking me to organize a protest, I said no.
Right.
I'm going to follow people that dedicate their lives to this.
Yeah.
I'm just going to help amplify them and utilize my platform and my status and my influence to help them in this fight. You know what I mean? I figured out that was my role.
Yeah.
So people came out nah, I'm not going to throw a protest. I'm going to support that protest. I'm going to go support that protest. I'm going to push that protest. I'm going to help with these protests. It's kind of there's a lot of shows be going on and everyone kind of overlap and stuff. I said, there's no need for that. It's kind of with Juneteenth right now. There's so many events in the IE where we decided to do ours on Sunday, so I can promote and be present at these other events. And that I figured out my role and my fight as a leader, because I have you as a great leader, you have to be able to listen, be disciplined, take advice, take instructions, don't half-ass it because it's not the thing you're leading, or you're not the face. That's egotistical. That means you're not actually a great leader. You're a leech.
Wow.
You're just a leech. So I don't need to be the head of nothing. I can stand in line like a soldier. I would love a chessboard full of kings and queens. We don't need these pawns and rooks. Nah, if we all soldiers, all kings and queens, we all can be soldiers right now. Where there's no pawns, there's no rooks, there's no castles, there's no knights. You know what I mean? It's all these. It's the big pieces. It's us. Don't think you less than because you're following. That's how people sometimes feel nah, my G, no.
Yep.
It's powerful. Imagine someone on the front line with your experience and knowledge.
Ooh.
Imagine someone helping another leader with your experience and knowledge, and that leader got more knowledge and more experience in this field, and you're just coming what you do naturally. I'm doing what I do naturally. Me, I can rally up.
Yeah.
I can bring people together.
You're a specialist.
I can be loud.
You're a specialist. You're like black. We're like black ops.
That's bruh. And that's sometimes my little cousin had to put that on to me. He's a Marines, and he was like, "Yo, hey, listen, we all want to do this, but we specialize in certain things. To help this movement, figure out how can your gift help this movement, so you don't get burnt out.
Ooh.
And you can do this forever.
Beautiful.
Figure out what natural abilities you have can help what's going on." And that's why I was like, all right, my page won't go back to normal. You will see music and you will see this.
Yep.
You will see me promote new music videos, and you will see a protest or what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's my new normal now. That's my no. I'm normalizing politics in our hip hop conversation. I'm gonna normalize these talks in our scenes. I'm gonna normalize protecting women, protecting black women, protecting gay people, protecting transgender. You know what I mean? In our community. Now, if it makes it uncomfortable, get the fuck out of our community.
Word up.
And if you want problems, if you want that type of smoke, we will fuck up your career. I think that's how we have to be now. That's what hip hop is. Hip hop is protecting our own, and everyone does hip hop. You know, black women shouldn't have to feel like no one's protecting them. Transgender shouldn't have to feel like that. Hurts me so bad, bro. That women feel like that. Black women feel like that. I'm like, in our community, we do our best. You know, but I feel like, you know, I asked myself, are you doing enough? I said, nah, nigga, that's arrogant. You can do more. Figure out how to do more, because you will figure out how to do more with everything else. Figure out what can you do even more. And that's where I'm at right now, bro. I'm ready with like, in hip hop right now, I have to be a radical.
I'll tell you this, man.
We have to be a fucking radical.
I've said this many times, and you are a radical. You're fucking radical. Thank God for Noa James, bro. Like, honestly, bro.
And thank God for y'all, man.
I think that these kind of conversations is one of the things that we can do, mostly because, like I said, we went 8 months without doing Crappy Awesome, and it just wasn't in me. And then when this stuff started happening, I was like, yo, man, I have all these amazing friends who have amazing information and insight, and that we need to get that to them, right? Like, this is a form of communication that our generations, we know this form. We know we can put in the headphones and listen to Noa James and go, yeah, you know what? That's right. Let me check myself on this thing. Or, oh, cool, I'm doing the right thing. Or, yeah, like, here's some new ideas. If that goes silent, we're in trouble. Those things cannot go silent. And so one of the reasons, like I said, like, as soon as I knew I was coming back on video and on this platform, you were at the top. I hit you up a while back, you're at the top of the list. And I think people know why now. Like, honestly, bro, like, I think it's important. Like I said, to me, you're one of the generals in the game. It's important to see the general on the battlefield. It gives other people hope. It gives those people who, we talk about these kids all the time, the kids who would come to the common ground and just sit there and watch you and I talk, but never say a word and never introduce themselves. Those people right now are on that front line right now, because I see those faces and I recognize them. And if that's what it took, if they needed to just get that inspiration, then that's the job. That's the fucking job. You know what I mean?
Man, for real, bro. It's beautiful to see, man. In my 35 years of living and going through this, I've never seen change like this.
Yeah, me neither.
NASCAR? My grandma's from Arkansas, bro. I've been to 3 NASCAR events, and it was the most uncomfortable place ever.
Oh yeah, bro.
So, like, and I couldn't enjoy it because I have to look after my granny, just in case she's in a wheelchair too, and she just wanted to go see. That's one of her things she did.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't even take my grandmother to go enjoy something she enjoyed, because I have to make sure that people ain't gonna try to fuck with us.
Yeah.
I have to be a stereotype at NASCAR event. I have to be the big black, do not fuck with me or I'll fuck up everything up about you. I have to show that energy at a NASCAR event. Because they allowed racism to fly their flag.
Right.
Bigotry to fly their flag.
Yeah.
You know
it's like being over enemy lines. That's what it feels like.
And it's crazy to see them to understand that. Because if you're not watching NASCAR because of the flag, that means you wasn't watching NASCAR for the reason of NASCAR.
Yeah, that's real shit.
Like was you watching NASCAR because they were flying a Confederate flag or they were racing cars?
You know what's
Like,
interesting, dude, is that we're in a place right now, and this is something that I think, we have to look at the reality of things and at least be conscious of this and not let. Right now is a super important time for us to not let people pull us into unnecessary fights because they're going to try to do that. Think about, I look at NASCAR as, dude, that was one of those things where I got teary eyed because I was like, yo, for some people, that was like their last place that they could just
it wasn't
be
on the list.
racist as
I
fuck.
feel like it wasn't even on the list.
Yeah.
Of what we want, and it happened. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. And to see his name's Bubba, to see him driving his black car that's a Black Lives Matter at a NASCAR race, bro, that just got Confederate flags taken out. Do you understand? Like that gave me I got chills. Like that's when I look at stuff like that, I also caution at the idea, right? We have to be aware that for some people right now, life is like, this is the end of the world to them. This is what they've been praying and preparing on. Oh, they're gonna take everything away from us. They're gonna like take all our rights to wave our Confederate flags and our Confederate that shit. That those people are out there, people, and we need to understand and not let that they're hungry for a fight. Those people are hungry for a fight.
I know that Lisa B. That's one thing she like. Their mouth is they're steaming.
Oh yeah.
It's me seeing people getting hanged right now. You seeing KKK out in Birmingham, walking around. So it's like, everything that they love and think their heritage is from, man, it's disappearing. I'm like, whoa, how do that feel? Like the irony of that, like, whoa, man, how do it feel that your heritage, everything that you know is getting taken away from you?
Yep.
In broad daylight, no problem, like no
on
nothing.
Every channel.
Everything on channels. See, even the Chick-fil-A dude and that preacher apologizing for saying white blessings.
Oh my God, dude. Do you understand? Whoa. Again, like there's people at home right now where they're like, okay, this is the end of the world. This is how it ends. And and that's what I'm saying. I think as people of color, minorities, we need to look at it and go, yo, we know they're out. Let's be that next level intelligence, like that future, like, yo, we see that coming a mile. Man, we see y'all coming. We know you're mad, but you're not going to push us into a fight to try to get us off topic again, because that's what they do the best. They do it the best. Let's get off topic.
Yeah. I argue with no one online. It's like I put up, I don't talk to brick walls.
Exactly.
You look dumb.
Exactly.
I don't talk to brick walls. I want to argue with you. If you said that already, why would I need to go in even deeper to ask for an understanding of no? Why? Like, I'm good. Even if you leave a comment on Brick to Your Face, we get people putting all lives matter. I block you and delete you. I block you and take your comment off.
Word up.
Straight up.
That's
Boom.
what that's for, right?
Energy.
That's what that button's for.
You don't exist to me in this matrix now.
Right. That's what it's for. I think if more people did that, there'd be a lot more peaceful times going on. Because
I love it, bro. That's why I got my love back. I went through and got rid of
nice.
Even the little microaggression shit, even places where I'm like, wow, like places I will work out with where they're Latin and they're for Trump. They're for all of this. And I go, wow, you can't do that. I can't do events with you.
Yeah.
So this is your real thought.
Yeah.
I can't do I'm loving this. My tribe is getting actually bigger now.
Yeah, because you can recognize them easier now. We can recognize both sides very easy now.
I love it right now. I like to know my enemy, man. I love knowing my enemy.
Yeah.
That's great. People want to be blind to that, but people that I would like to know. It's kind of like I want to know where you at. I'll pick your side, please.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm with
pick
that
your
for sure.
side. Yeah, I'm down for that. I'm less more people, more the merrier. Show your face, more the merrier. Like you said, you're gonna be on the other side of history where you are the bad. You're the bad person. You're
Yeah,
bad. You're Hitler.
and that's forever. That's
It's like
forever.
Candace Owens. When this shit is said and
Oh,
done, Candace Owens gonna be one of the most. It's crazy
yeah.
that they already looking at her like black people, white people. The only people that really on your side are Republicans. You know what I mean? And it's just
And barely, bro. Look,
barely.
I think I've thought about Candace Owens a bit in the last few days. Like, this is what my honest opinion on that. I think we're watching a mentally unstable person. That's all. They're exploiting a mentally unstable person by paying her to literally talk against her race. Because the reality is, think about when this is, because they will be done with her. They always do that.
Oh yeah,
They'll be
yeah.
done with her. When she's thrown back out to the wolves, how do you go on living? Like, what a horrible existence. What she literally, if I had to put money on it, like, that's the worst way to make a living in your life.
She's gonna have to move. She's married to a white dude in Britain, so
She's going away.
Move out of there. Yeah, she's gonna move. I think she already planned. Yeah. I think what her is I feel like it's her plan.
Yeah.
So when it's said and done, she's gonna collect her coin and escape somewhere and be good from the rest of the world when it's said and done.
Yeah, I look at people like Candace Owens in the same light as I look at people like Jeffrey Epstein. Like, these are people who are willing to, like, human life isn't of value to them. You know what I mean? So you can't expect them to talk logically. Because first you have to love people, right? Love people, and then make your decisions. Because that changes everything. It changes how you look at the world. She's making statements that are obviously not filled with any love or compassion at all. So we have a thing for that. Scientifically, we call those people sociopaths. And I think that that's what we're watching. Just because it's not a violent sociopath, look it up. Not all sociopaths are violent.
Definitely, yeah.
You know what I mean? They're not violent.
Position,
yeah.
If you get in position to hurt you, she might.
Yes.
She might do it, but now it's I don't know. It's I'm learning not to be distracted by so much. I ain't arguing with no one. I feel like a lot of us are finding our pace in this fight. Yeah. Finding our pace in place right now. And I see it, you know, even like there's so many black groups that don't deal with each other and all of that, and we're trying to bridge that. Because people want to defund, some people want to abolish, some people want to reform. You know, some people don't understand defunding and allocating is almost the same thing.
Right.
You know, you want to defund and allocate to other places. Mm-hmm. You know, we heard stories of, like, say we abolish the Fontana Police Department. Yeah. Then the San Bernardino County Sheriff is going to take over. So it's kind of like, you know, everyone got a different plan in different places and different situations, you know what I mean? And that's one thing, you know, I'm learning to educate myself and knowing that words matter. Right. Word placement matters.
You know that.
You know, it's like judging something a homicide with no suicide with no evidence. And that's, you giving that perspective already. Like, you know, I'm understanding that with how I'm putting out, how I'm writing captions.
Let me ask you this, dude, because I know you have a show to go to.
What time is it?
I want to pick. It's 3:43.
All right, I'm good. I'm supposed to bounce like out 4. So
okay, I'll get you out of here in a little bit. I just wanted to pick your business side of your mind. Like, now, there's a lot of artists. We were talking about this. We've been talking about this on these past episodes, because I've definitely noticed it in our city. There's not everyone's going to survive this artistically, right? Like where they started. When we come out of this, a lot of the faces are going to be different. A lot of faces are going to be missing, right? It's already begun to happen. what do you tell an artist right now who say like maybe they were like I know a few artists who were like had just gotten booked on Thought Fest, right? And that was their first big thing, and everything was about to crack off for them, and they were going to go on tour, and all of that just stopped.
Yeah.
What do you tell artists like that? Like, what's some good advice for artists who are like thinking like, man, how do I stay afloat when things are so weird right now?
Damn. I personally, like, with me, say personally, cause I can only speak for like.
Sure.
I drop a lot of music, and I'm continuing to drop more music.
Yeah.
More albums, more collaborations. I'm building my website all the way up to be all the way user friendly, where I can just put albums directly on my website. It's different. Like with me, I'm collaborating with a lot of different people to stay afloat. Like, with me, I'm into marijuana,
yeah,
shrooms. It's a lot of stuff that I do to.
You're a Renaissance man for sure.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
But so do you think that maybe that's the future of? Are we seeing what the future of this game is going to be? Like, there is no more. I just do one thing. Like that.
Yeah,
it's
you
just
have
not
to do
impossible.
multiple things. Yeah, I think you have to do multiple things. Like, everything that's a part of you and your brand, that's you. Learn how to, make money from it.
Yeah.
I love shrooms. I love shrooms. People know I know how to take trips. I could teach people how to take trips. We sold 67 boo bars, bro.
Wow.
Then we ended up selling it to the actual.
Did we lose Noa James? Seemed like he dropped out for a second. I'm not sure. He was talking about his boo bars. If you don't know what that is, like, Noah has products. Possibly. Let me see if I can make sure. No, if you can hear me, if you need to log out and log back in, that's fine. Yeah, man. I think that I agree. I just had a conversation with somebody about this, about diversifying. I really do feel strongly about that. If somebody asks me right now, like, what is the way to stay afloat in the industry right now, is you better do multiple things. And I know that's not exactly what everybody wants to hear, right? Like, not everybody wants to hear, I got to do more. But that's the reality. I mean, I always say this, just look at some of the artists that you respect and that are working full time on this. Look at how much content they put out. And if you're not close to that, then I think you have your answer whether or not you're doing enough. I mean, it's not. And I know everybody will say, well, everybody's different and blah, blah, blah. Yes, but there are paths that have been carved out. There are necessities. And one of those is getting content to an audience, right? That's one of those things. One of those things is getting content and staying in front of your audience so that they can see you. That's not going to go away. That doesn't change because you make a different type of art. That's just not how it works. Yeah. We're trying to get Noa James back on. Hopefully he gets right back in. He's on Zoom right now. But yeah, dude, Noa James, what can I say about that? Go to Brick to Your Face. Follow at Noah_James. If you've been watching this, you noticed that at the beginning we had his at. I think we still had ends as at. We're working this out, man. It's kind of, I don't have a full-time producer in the studio. So when that happens, after this virus stuff, I'm sure it'll be much more ready. Right now, I'm pushing 30 buttons just to get it started. But man, I hope you guys have been liking the video version of it. I've heard some really cool comments about it. I'm still getting used to it. I like it though. I do like it. some of the listeners have said that it's cool to watch people's expressions, and sometimes they get a different meaning in what we say by watching it. So that's really, really dope. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get Noah back. We were talking about his boo bars. And he's talking about boo like a la Dragon Ball Z. He's a big fan. Let's see here. Is he... I'm going to send him a message. What do you think about that? Send him a message. I don't want to hold you guys if he's not coming back. We had him for over an hour and a half, and thanks to him, dude, like he actually has a show to go to pretty soon here. And I mean, he gave us a lot, let's be honest. He gave us a whole hell of a lot. Hopefully he'll come back to at least to say goodbye. If not, it's all to the good, man. Once again, if you're tuned into this for the first time, go over to platformcollection.com right now. Open it up in another browser. It's not hard. But support the artists that we support. People like Noa James. You can go to Platform Collection, type in his name at the top, and search Noa James, and a bunch of his music will come up, as well as past audio podcasts. This is the first time he's been on this video podcast with us because it just started. But if you're listening to this on iTunes or TuneIn or Apple Music, Spotify, that's the one I use. They don't pay for anything on this show, though. But shout to Spotify just because I like to use it. You can go to Anchor, though. Anchor's a really good thing, too. But those are all the audio versions. And the reason why you might want to listen to the audio version as well... Oh, Noah's coming back on. He just texted me. Yeah, the reason you might want to listen to the audio version as well is because sometimes the artists drop exclusive audio, and we get away with that better in the audio version. If we put that on YouTube, sometimes we get dinged for stereo copyright. I'm sorry, for copyrights. Even when the person whose music it is on the show, because YouTube got to get your shit together, man. Probably just got dinged for that. I'm not going to edit that out. But you can also catch it on IGTV. It's basically the video version cut up in smaller increments on IGTV. So if Instagram is your bag, then you can do that. And that's doper. But the audio version does have the exclusive audio. Like ends. We just put an episode out with ends. And he gave you some audio, some exclusive audio, and some exclusive music that he was talking about on the show. So yeah, you can watch it. There's benefits. You can listen to it. There's benefits. I kind of like it like that. We're sharing the love. I'm new on YouTube, technically. I've never done a show on YouTube, so this is the first time. I'm digging it, though. I think the people have been pretty cool. I enjoyed the comments. But please believe, you guys sharing the video portion, because you guys share the audio a lot, and I think that's super dope. But if you guys share the video portion, that shit will help a lot. Please do that. Rate it. Just share it, man. That's the best thing you can do. I know we're about to have a Patreon. People have asked how they could support the show. If you don't know, this show has actually been running for almost 6 years as a podcast only audio. But now we have a video component, and yeah, we're gonna start a Patreon because I want to give like bonus stuff, especially from the artists that come on. Sometimes they have leaks that they might not want like on just a public version, but they'll allow it to have it on like a private thing. So we're gonna do that with Patreon. We're also gonna do downloads. We're gonna do a crappy awesome mixtape. that you can download, access to merch first, a bunch of stuff. So look out for our Patreon, and we'll have that linked over on episodes at Crappy Awesome. And that's it. That's good stuff. Yeah, Noah is back. I'll get him back in here. His phone died. That's all it was. But he's back now.
All right, I'm back.
He's back. It's all good, dude. I held it down.
Nah, I appreciate it.
But yeah, dude. I know you got to get to that show. Yo, so real quick, when do you see? I wanted to touch base with you, and I wanted to see when when you have the idea of going back out on the road. Where are you at with that? Is that even in your considerations yet? Or are you still too far?
Shit, 2021, but that's what we're, me and Lisa, like, everything's got to be 2021.
Got you.
Like, it's hard for me, right? Like, you got to understand, this is how serious this is. My bread and butter.
I know.
Like, a good chunk of my living is cut right now. A good chunk. Like, and to say, like, before all like Corona, everything happened, you know, I went in and bought a lot of merch. You know, thank God that I have a supportive fan base where they're buying the merch and they buy the shirts, buy the mask. You know, that's one thing that keep me afloat to it, that consistently still dropping merch in this in these times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
so you're saying 2021. I've been asking everybody what their prediction is, and it's varied, but. Yeah, a lot of people have said 2021. It's interesting. Yeah. I've seen some of our like cohorts out there starting to book live shows. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that we've seen the end of Corona. I don't know if we've seen the end of just the idea. I can't. What I like to do is I like to talk to non-hip hop artists and ask them when they feel comfortable, and for the majority of them, they all said, like, not anytime soon. I don't want to be in an
anytime soon. Like me, say me as a fan.
Yeah.
Me as a fan, you can give me free tickets to a Nas concert, one of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
You know, great tickets. Up close tickets. My man, you know what? Meet and greet with Nas, I'm not taking it.
Yeah.
It just is just, you know what I mean? It is because once that happened, you know, I feel like, you know, hip hop, we are infiltrated with capitalist people.
Yeah.
So I think COVID, with me personally, is kind of showing us who just wants to capitalize off our culture and not try to maneuver a different way, you know,
right,
to make it safe.
You mean like the people rushing back, like they're just rushing back?
Yeah, I don't get that. Okay. Like, you should be more concerned about people than the event. Like, you know, I see people selling pre-sales to shows right now. Like, what the fuck for?
Yeah.
Like, there's no point. Like, look, I'm gonna give some advice with y'all. Listen, intimate shows are going to win. You understand? And I've seen 2Mex do it, where he was doing $500 shows. It was tour. It was a backyard tour where, you know, he performed in front of like 5 or 6 people.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He brought the party. You know what I mean? So it's going to come to those 10, 15, you know, going past that, you pushing it. But your show must come with a mask.
Yeah.
Your show must have a door person that are checking fevers. Your show must provide water and food so no one brings no outside anything.
Yeah.
The food that you provide should be in containers for each person, like a personal serving for each body that bought a ticket. Like, our show is going to become different. This is something that we're going to implement, that we're going to do ourselves, that we have done it without these restrictions. We have done shows like this without these restrictions already, but the other, you know, the mask, the fever, hand sanitizer, washing hands, people in their own space, you know what I mean? We can, then what's going to happen is you're going to build your fan base a little faster, because now these 10, 15 people that you are building with, it will be very personal connections. It's like a classroom with 15 kids. The teacher has time to actually be hands-on with each kid. You know, that teacher has time to really teach a kid almost one-on-one at a time.
I think I agree with that, man. I was talking to somebody, I've been watching some moves that like the larger concert promotion companies have been making. And check this out. A bunch of concert promotion companies just invested in Twitch. Yes. Which is that's super interesting, right? Like the people who move tours. So yeah, I think we are looking more at I could even see, just for the sake of having fun about it, like I definitely could see, even like I was thinking, like I bet you Twitch could build streaming facilities, right? Safe streaming facilities all around the nation. Yeah. And allow people to tour again. And I bet you they're already thinking that way. They're starting to lean towards where, say, like there's a YouTube space, but like a Twitch space in every city, right? I think that's possible. I think that's something that could possibly happen. I'm in agreement with you, though. I think the small audiences, which I'm actually looking very forward to, I think it's going to be. I love that. I think it's going to be dope. And I think it's going to be up to artists to really lean on their creativity on how to make that experience something that people want to go to. And I think we can't be afraid of trying to introduce them to the new vibe. We have to do it.
I'm excited because I got albums I'm probably dropping an album in July. So it's like I get to utilize all this stuff I've been trying to do because I'm not touring. Uh-huh. And say, what's crazy? The universe is beautiful because say everything that's going on right now, usually I'm not home.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually I'm not home. One of the homies said, damn, Noah, you would have been on tour when this would have happened. I said, yeah. I wouldn't be able to come out. I've been on the road. So I think the universe have spoke to me personally, like, yo, we're going to reboot. We're going to refresh. We're going to recharge. We're going to redirect. I've been going at this for so long, and right now I'm making sharp ass turns. Yeah. Where if I would have just went straight, I'd probably get to my destination a little faster now because I'm at that point where there's only a couple pieces that's missing to get where I want to be. But the universe said, nah, I have some other stops that you need to make before you get where you need to be. So you're fully equipped, not just musically, but everything that's going on because you're going to be utilized in this fight.
I agree, my friend.
And that's how I feel about the small shows. The small shows going to damn near become not just shows, but education. Like we're going to have voting booths. We're going to have voting registrations at events. Every event need voting registration. If you throw a hip hop event, you need some type of voting registration booth at your event. That has to be normalized. Someone there to even educate you on what's going on in your city. What policies are being thrown in, what's coming up, you know what I mean? All of that. That has to be normalized now. Because we all understand, a lot of hip hop, we feel politics is bullshit. Right now, we got to vote for two lesser evils right now. Oh. So you know what? I say, you know what? Let us dig in a primary first. Let us really come together in the primary to see if we can make any change before it gets to the general.
Right.
And that will mean Lisa really start putting ourselves on. You know what I mean? Let's see what the prime. Well, how can we? One lady we're volunteering at some places, but we will organize our own where, they play the game of stalling you out at voting booth. Like if they wait long, they gonna leave. They gonna go home. They won't vote. That's one game they do with minorities.
Yeah.
Do it in places where it is small, where it's hot, where it is uncomfortable. man, me and Lisa trying to figure out how to defeat all of that. Where it's you can stay here for 3 hours and wait to vote. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's us as hip hop.
Yeah.
So we are now in the edutainment. Sandria respectfully said, she said, we are in the edutainment era of hip hop.
I agree.
We are in the very educational entertainment part of our era right now, and it's on us who do throw events, who are out there majority of the time to normalize a lot of these conversations that don't happen. If it do happen, it become an argument or a bickering. You know what I mean? It's, it's different, man. It's wild, bro. I'm pumped.
I'm right there with you, dude. I gotta say this, dude. I love you, bro. I think you've been a great inspiration to our audience. You've been a great inspiration to the community that we're in. I'm glad to see you're doing well. I know you're still working out daily because I see you out there. It's good to have people like you around. And I definitely, again, thank you guys for using your platform for the way you're using it. Hopefully, next time you come on, we'll be talking about some new music coming out. I definitely want to see you do that. Like I said, I definitely feel better when I see a general like yourself out on the field. So it's good to see that. Shout out to Lisa too. Lisa's educating me daily on that Instagram. I'm getting shit where I'm like, God damn, she's teaching.
No, go ahead.
I said she's teaching, man. It's been really dope to watch.
Yeah, I love it, man. Every morning we wake up and we trying to figure out what to post, go on the pages. Then we do our research on that, of what that establishment is doing and what that person is doing.
Yeah.
And make sure we ain't putting false information out. Make sure it's tedious, but it's love work.
Right.
It's labor of love right now. And Lisa been she been my balance. And my homegirl Sandra, she said, you have your balance right now. She's like, you're good. She's like, you have your balance. She's going to allow you to be angry the way you are right now. So she's like, dwell in the darkness if you need to. You have a person that kind of can pull you out a little bit,
Queen Lisa.
And Lisa, she know how necessary it is. I'm about to release music on June 25th.
Right.
Next Thursday, because like I start feeling as an artist, me not doing my music, I said, you know what? I'm beginning to feel that part of me is leaving me.
Yeah.
And I was beginning to feel voiceless.
That can't happen.
I said, I need to put something out. I feel comfortable putting something out. I feel good putting something out. And the song is name of it called Gaia's Godzilla. So it's monstrous. It's about self-love. It's about overcoming. It's about not motherfuckers break you down. So I had to put myself in that in this mood again to Orca, drop some shit. I had an album now about to drop this month, and I said, can't let me get my shit together how I in this fight before I even get back to that. And I feel like I'm there.
That's amazing, bro. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for moving your schedule around too to make this happen. Guys, support everything Noa James does. Noa_James. You see it right there on the screen if you're on the video version, IGTV, YouTube. If you're in the audio version, like I said, you can go check it out on video anytime. It's chopped up on Instagram for you to get small doses, or you can watch the whole thing on YouTube, or you can just download it anywhere podcasts are found. Again, though, go over to platformcollection.com. That's who supports this show. That's who supports the artists that you see on this show. Like I said, you can go there, type in Noa James at the top, and bring up all his past podcasts so you can catch up. Noah, thank you so much, dude. Let's do this again. Bro. Come through again whenever you want, really, man. I'm doing this, bro. I'm planning to put another 300 racks on the board before this is all said and done. So let's get it in.
Let's go. I'm with it, bro.
All right, my dude. Thank you so much, and we'll talk soon.
All right, man. Peace out, bro.
Yep. That was Noa James, man. Man, Noah's like talking to Noah has always been like a dope psychological exercise for me, because usually, like I came into this meeting, it was like a meeting, but I came into this conversation feeling a little riled up, right? Seeing the things going out. I'm definitely working on balancing that side out better. But yeah, man, I think that I think we need people like Noah. I say it publicly. I think we need people like Noah. I think we need the people like all the guests we've had on this show. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get you guys voices that are telling their truths. And Noah is a person who's really good at that. He's always been one of those people who speaks from the heart. I tell him he doesn't have like the ability to tell lies, and that's why I like people like him. So I'm going to keep doing that, and hopefully helping you out at least for your day. Hopefully breaking up some monotony or some negative times. I'm telling you, if you're out there by yourself, if you feel like you don't have people to reach out to, we're here, man. Drop me a message. Drop me an email. You want me to read something to the audience, I will. We're here for you guys. So please, let us know what you like. Let us know what you want to hear more of. And we'll make sure to keep doing that. That's what we want to do. So we'll see you guys next time. Once again, platformcollection.com is where you find us. Shout out to all my homies. Do me a favor, too. Go over to hiphopwins.com. Again, hiphopwins.com. I have an article there that the good people over at Hip Hop Wins Family Bar and Bars Weekly did an article on me interview. So go over there, check that out. That'd be cool. Support them because they support us. And follow them. Again, at Platform Collection on Instagram, at KillCrey, KILLCREY. Hit me up, man. Drop me a message. Let me know how you're doing. And I'm real about that. Just let me know how you're doing, because I hope you guys are doing good. And we'll see you guys next time.